Hello, everybody. Yeah, for you, Tatjana.
Judith and Judith, hello.
Yeah, we are back with our news podcast this time without a guest, but we will have guests again for sure. And yeah, so and last week actually we met, we were in an ice rink.
Yes, we met in Dortmund, in Germany. There was the Lehrgang, the EU, like it's how do you translate this into
It's like a
English?
camp,
Like a
training camp.
kind of a training camp, exactly, with very famous coach from Russia, Alexei Mishin was there. Tanya, how
Yeah.
was your impression?
Oh yeah, I mean, Alexei Mishin is 84 years old, but you won't. I mean, if you wouldn't know, you never would think that. He's so active. He was on the ice in skates, and actually, yeah, I probably we could show a photo. We published one in the newsletter on the Steady Pirouette magazine Steady page. Yeah, so he was on the ice and working with the skaters. They have three groups of skaters, different, the younger ones, middle ones, older ones. It was more for the junior skaters in Germany, but the national team members. But there was also Arthur May. He's aged out of
The senior.
juniors, but
Mm.
he also took part. And Anna Gerke, for example, and other young German skaters, so promising skaters. Genrich Gartung was not there because he had school exams. So, and Luca Fünfer as well. So they will be, but there was a second part of that camp continuing. So, like a special camp to work on the triple axel and not miss Mr. Michin, I guess. He was only there last week, but the camp continues. And then also at the Genrich Gartung, for example, who was actually seventh at Junior Worlds, is expected to join. Yeah, it's like
Yes.
now the time where the skaters work in different camps. There's lots of camps going on or coming also. We've seen some advertisement for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
In these camps, the skaters usually train more than usually. They don't do anything on the sides. These camps usually have a program of, for example, 3 hours on ice, 3 hours off ice, which is significantly more than they usually train. So in these camps, skaters often join other coaches for a shorter period of time, or additionally choreograph programs with the choreographers. So yeah, that's going on in these so-called camps, and most skaters are super excited usually about it, because it's something different from the routine and something very intense where they hope to build up for the upcoming season.
Yeah, as I say, I mean, the winter sport athlete is made in the summer. So, and then if you miss training in the summer, it's hard to catch up later. And especially in this season, everybody wants to have a very good foundation. And also with the programs, many skaters have already done their programs, are in the process of doing their programs, and some we even had some announcements already.
Yes. Yes, and we will probably see a lot of opera. Not
Yes.
surprising. We are in going to Milan for the Olympic Games, and I also think we will see a lot of so-called war horses. For example, Heian Lee announced she will skate to Carmen, which is an opera and a war house altogether.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
um,
I mean, on the one hand, I can understand the skaters that they are a little conservative, especially in an Olympic season, because they said when I talked with Charlene and Marco Guignafabri, the interview, they said that yeah, you don't want to make a mistake. You cannot really afford making a mistake and have a wrong choice of program in the Olympic season. So It's you really want to make sure that you don't have to change it in the middle of the season. But I do remember that so often in an Olympic year, skaters start the season with a new program, and then they go
They go
back to
back
an
to an
old
old
program
one, to an
because,
old one,
yeah,
because it
because they
worked
felt
better.
it was not the right vehicle, maybe, or they didn't get the feedback they had hoped. So it is a difficult call, but it's always a shame when we have, yeah, that music that's not so new, or yeah.
Yes. I'm always here for the innovative music choices. If we haven't, of course, there are some great classics, but yeah, it's always kind of special if a skater finds a music that works. And not all new musics actually work. Sometimes we have some mishits, but I always really appreciate the brave choices. Nevertheless, for example, Hey and Lee doing Carmen, I can imagine that for her. I see her doing that. And for example, speaking of Carmen, last year we had two great Carmen programs from Carrera Ponomarenko and from Kanti Machi, especially. I really love that short program for them. So if a Warhouse is a perfect fit, then why not?
Yeah, actually, they said that they wanted to make a new short program, even so their coaches, I'm not talking about Conti Machi, that their coaches felt like they should keep this program because it worked so well for them. But they wanted to try something new, and they said, I mean, they can always fall back to the go back to this program in case the new one doesn't work.
That's what we got. Yeah, that's also a team that announced, I think, one of their programs recently. I'm right now not sure about the music, but check out their Instagram. But Conti Machi also did a program announcement recently, as did some others, and we will see them flooding in over the next weeks. Um, yeah, Tanya, you were chit chatting a little bit in Dortmund here and there, and we have some news, or like not super, about our German ice dance team.
Yeah, well, it's not like nothing confirmed or nothing official, but so I heard that Michael Sawicki had a lot of requests, a lot of interested skaters. Not surprising, because the male partners are always in demand in ice dance. Or in pair skating. There are always more
More women,
women,
more
more
girls.
girls that need a partner. So of course, when a strong partner becomes available, many will just try to contact him, and so Michael had tryouts and went to different places, and apparently he has a favorite that we will see then. Yeah. Probably or hopefully there will be some news about that in the not so far future. We will
Yes,
see. I mean, it's as I said, nothing. I didn't hear
confirmed
anything
yet.
official,
Yes,
confirmed or official. So uh, we will stay tuned for that, of
yeah,
course. And for Daria, yeah, I mean, maybe there's some rumors that he
as
might
well.
want to skate with her husband, Grigori Rodin, but we don't know that either. So there hasn't been any information about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll see. But also, I remember what Annika Hocke said in our podcast 2 weeks ago, that even though it's maybe a difficult situation, maybe we'll get two good pairs out of one. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So always look at the bright side. Yeah. So it is still, it is a shame, obviously, that they split up, but yeah, maybe something good will come out of it, and they both will be happy and successful in a new partnership, and Germany can have two pairs, two more ice dance teams.
yes,
So yeah. And then what else was happening? The World Championship, 26 World Champions in Prague, their ticket sale now officially started.
yes, and we have worlds back in Europe after 4 years. We were in Japan, Canada, and the US. Meanwhile, so a lot of European fans were excited. I read a lot of tweets on Twitter of people being excited of having purchased their tickets. Um, of course, it was kind of expected that in Prague the ticket prices are not that high, and that's actually the case compared to the last years. The ticket prices are more affordable. They are still not cheap, but yeah, maybe you can tell us about the prices. You looked them up.
Yeah, we now, yeah, there was like short programs start the cheaper prices start at well, we say it in euros, 32 euros, which is then a little like in dollars, it would be almost the same, right? So
Yes, so
yeah,
around that range, yeah.
yeah, it's around that. That's of course the cheapest tickets, but and then you can have for around 100 euros top seat tickets like in the front, and when the free skating, the ticket prices start at 52 euros. So um,
And the all event tickets start from the cheapest ones from 300, around
yeah,
300 on. Yeah.
but interesting enough, I don't know if that because when I wanted to check out the prices for the all event tickets in different categories, and I only found the two cheapest categories. So not sure if that means that the most the like in the
Well,
front
more
rows,
expensive ones,
yeah,
yeah.
they're more expensive from they're maybe already sold out or will be released later. I don't know, but that's not I'm not quite sure about that, but yeah, but there were all event tickets, at least in the cheaper price range, also available, but they don't include the exhibition gala. So
Gala.
that, yeah, needs to be everybody who purchased ticket needs to keep that in mind, and not be then upset to find out that there's no gala. If you want to see the gala, you have to buy an extra ticket for that.
Yeah. This kind of started this season that often in the all event tickets the gala is not included.
Mm.
Um, like I think it's one way to maybe make the tickets a little more expensive.
Yeah.
But also the gala often has attracts other people
Yeah.
than the competition, so it also kind of makes sense because I actually know quite some fans who are not that interested in the gala, but then others says like the gala is the best thing ever. So yeah, it attracts different people.
Yeah, especially it attracts more maybe not the die-hard fans. They want to see more the competition and other people who just want to enjoy a show and are not so interested in the competition, and they would go to also a dance performance or like something with the family on the Sunday. So that's more the gala audience.
Audience exactly, and both is
It's
of course totally valid, and yeah.
yeah, and it's interesting that the World Championships returned to Prague after 33 years. Because,
Have
yeah,
you been?
it's
Have you been there 33 years
93
ago?
was Prague World. Oh, yes.
You
Oh my God, yes.
that was in your very beginnings, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that was very early. Yeah. Oh,
You
well.
remember a performance from back then who impressed you?
I think Kurt Browning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I know that that was also when they announced that the ISU allows the pro skaters back.
Yeah, that was just at the beginning.
Reinstatement. So like
Yeah.
with Katarina Witt and Brian Boitano, Viktor Petrenko, that they all would come back because it was a pre-Olympic
Mm.
worlds
Event,
at the
yes.
time. Yeah. Oh yeah. Try to remember something else.
Yeah, you've been to so many world championships at this time. I'm like,
I think Oksana Bayul won from
I
Ukraine.
wouldn't know. I
Uh,
know she won the Olympics the year
I,
after.
if I would have known that you would ask me that, I would have looked it up,
I
and,
put you a
I
little
would
bit
have
on the
looked very smart. But I'm honest, say I
Yeah, but you have been to so. Do you know to how many world championships you went?
not on the top of my head. I need to calculate, but it's quite a lot. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not
So
quite there yet. I think I've been to five by now, so still still some years to
yeah,
come.
still some series. But you have still time to collect more and more world championships. Yeah. So and Prague is a great city. Now we
Yes,
can
yes,
make
yes,
some a
yes.
little advertisement for Prague too, because Prague is a beautiful city. I mean, you have been to Prague?
Yes, I've been to Prague, but it's been quite a while ago, like over 10 years ago, but I've been there with some kind of camp. Yeah, as a I was taking care of some kids at the very, very beginning when I also already knew I was going to be a teacher. So yeah, but I've been there three times with this camp, and yeah, great memories. Nice old town. Um,
Yeah, nice city.
Definitely.
Good food
Uh,
too.
yes. Also not too pricey. That's
Hmm. Yeah.
definitely worth a visit.
And some people probably will be also uh will like the beer. I mean, I don't drink beer, so I can't tell. But Czech beer is also very famous.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
I guess
so looking
some
forward.
skaters are
Yeah.
looking forward to get to the parties after the competition is over. Usually they do. I've heard some stories.
Yeah.
They
So
deserve that.
I think everybody can look forward to this championship. It's a post-Olympic championship, so will be also interesting to see who competes, and it's often like the beginning already of the new Olympic cycle with this World Championship, and also new faces might come, yeah, rise to the occasion.
Yes.
Yeah, and so and speaking of yeah, new faces and Olympics, maybe Veronika Zhilina, one of the Russian Wunderkinder that was unfortunately very often injured, and she actually did not compete in the past two seasons in inside Russia. She wants to represent Azerbaijan. And she already has the citizenship. She posted a photo of herself with a passport. But the Russian Federation did not release her, saying that she's a member of the national team, and she said she's not because she didn't compete the last two seasons. And the Russian Figure Skating Federation has made this rule that you can to release the skaters 2 years after they have left the national team. So, and Veronika, she turned just 17 in May. She obviously wants to go to the
Go to the
Olympic
Olympic and to the
qualifying, yeah,
qualifier and then to
to
the
get a
Olympics.
chance to compete for the Olympics. And she now has apparently submitted an appeal or a request for release for Azerbaijan to the ICU. And the some Russian media reports that the ICU will look at that
Beginning of
request
July.
at the next council meeting in July. So then we will see if Veronika, uh, uh, or in Russian,
Gets
Veronika,
approved. Yeah.
Veronika is very German. Veronika will get a chance to, yeah, to compete. And I don't know how she's been doing, if how healthy she's been, but she
Yeah,
was a good skater. Yeah, yeah.
definitely. She always had these super huge quads that often she had like horrible falls, I remember.
Too.
But if she
Yeah,
because
looked
she
so
jumped
painful.
so high and yeah, I guess I'm not surprised she got injured by that, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I mean if she landed them they were spectacular, but she also suffered a lot of yeah, painful falls, but that was 3 4 years ago. So she's been through puberty, but nevertheless, like for example, like Sofia Samodelkina, who also now doesn't have the quads anymore, but still really made a great outing last year for Kazakhstan. I would expect similar
Mm.
similar outings from Veronika in case she gets the release.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sophia also, she was very, uh, performed very well in her first season now for Kazakhstan. Yeah. And then
Maybe we will have like scare fans and everyone is kind of excited for the Grand Prix assignments because last season they came out already at the end of May. Usually they are end of May, June, and June, so might comes could come every day. So keep your eyes open,
yeah.
and once they come, we will definitely come back to discuss those.
Yes, for sure. So until then, stay tuned and we wish you a great week and
And
see you then next time.
see you next time.
Bye. Thank you for watching.